Well, good day. I don't know what to say anymore. Who knows when you're going to watch this video, but hope it finds you doing well. Um, yeah, so don't know what to tell you other than school's going to be interesting for the rest of the year. So we're going to have to kind of change up what we're doing in this class and all of that stuff to make it more digitally based instead of hands-on based. But we'll get to that in a little bit. I have been working on the questions you guys have been asking about how to get your projects, how to get your unfinished projects and things like that. Right now, I don't know the answer to that. I've talked with Mr. Cottrell, and we're waiting on Mr. Meeks to try to figure that out so we can figure out what's going on with that scenario there, to make sure that everybody's getting all of their stuff. The earliest that that's going to be is someplace around the first part of May when the governor decides to open up the state. I don't know. Right now there's a lot of questions with that, and I don't know the answers, but I am working on them for you. Until you hear otherwise, I really am not supposed to let you into the school to get your projects. Shoot, I'm not even supposed to be there most of the time. So, with that being said, I can kind of give you an update on what's been going on here with my projects and whatnot, and then we'll get into what we're going to do for going forward here. So last time we talked, we were working on the circle project. Okay, I showed you all of this pipe work, how to make all the angles and everything come together. You'll notice though this time this circle's going the other way, and if you look way out there, right over there somewheres, yep, that circle's actually pointing from, oh, don't focus on my finger, from there to there. It's actually went a full circle, so it's actually moving too. Things we've done since we've spoken last, a lot of little things, but these are the big things. These are called surge blocks. That's concrete form, that's 2 feet by 4 feet, about 18 inches or 2 feet deep. That is a way so that when those pipes get full of water, they don't go blowing out of the ground. There's actually a few of these around here. There's one there, there's one over there. I got one all the way down at the end of that ditch, and I also have one over there at that circle. Okay, this is the finished valve work. There's 4 valves to help control everything. You see I got a jack underneath there. For those of you that built tables and whatnot, that jack helped me make sure everything was straight, parallel, and level with the world. Same thing with this right here. I had to pull this whole system back a little bit to make sure everything looked good. The other thing that we had to do is, I'm always after you guys to make sure you're doing a good project, make sure you're finishing and sanding your project and doing it to the best of your ability. Now I had to have what's called an L&I inspection for my electrical for all of this, and I wanted to make sure that everything was done 100% to perfection. So I made sure and went above and beyond and did it all as best as I possibly could do it, because I didn't want to have to pay for more than one inspection. See, if I screwed up, I'd have to pay for another inspection, which kind of makes for a bad day for the pocketbook, if you know what I mean. So I did everything as best as I could, and the inspector came out, and I was nice to the inspector. I talked to the inspector, and I said, hey, you know, just being honest with you, trying to do everything right. He looked at what I did, and he really liked it. I mean, he looked at everything, and he said, oh, looks good, works perfect, and gave me a passing grade on the first one. So it might think that it starts with sanding, but it's a lifelong goal or skill of how to do all that. So there's a lot to it when it comes to just, you know, you think, oh, it's just sanding. Well, the sanding is the finishing of everything else that's going on in your life. So when you finish a project like this, my passing the inspection was my grade. All right. So what we're going to do this week, and what we're probably going to end up doing going forward, is doing stuff like digitally based building. So we're going to try it this week, see how it goes. You're going to use SketchUp, and I'm going to put the toolbox video or toolbox build sheet in there. And the goal for this time is to build a toolbox exactly how it looks on the build sheet, to scale and everything, which means it's actually, you know, 9 inches tall. It's actually 12 inches long. It's 10.5 inches in between. It's, you know, it's 7.5 inches wide. All of those things, you know, that's going to be the goal, is to try to build it to spec, and we're going to see how this goes. The other part of your assignment, as always, is continue to show me what you're doing outside. I love it. I've seen all kinds of things. If you're still working on projects, like if you were building something, send me that stuff. Send me pictures of it. It's great. I love it. And that's what I need you guys to do. So that's all I got really for this week. Hopefully this should take you less than an hour to do. You guys are a lot smarter than me. It's taken me 14 times to do this video this time because I've screwed it up every time. So anyway, that's typical Nelson and Tech for you right there. Dog update. There's a big dog. She's over there running around, having a good old time. So anyway, we'll talk with you all later. Remember, email's the best way to get a hold of me. You got any questions, shoot me an email, and we'll go from there. Talk to you later. Bye.